first off, remember, PEMDAS is going to be on the test, right? So help me out. What does it mean? What does P stand for?
P and the P,
What does the P stand for?
multiplication.
No.
Parentheses.
Very good. Parentheses. What does the E stand for?
Exponent.
What goes next? And tell me the order.
Multiplication.
And what direction?
Left to right.
Thank you. Multiply, divide, left to right. What's the last one?
Add and then subtract.
Okay, I have a question.
Addition.
Subtraction and addition.
Yeah.
What order do these come in? Left to right. That's correct. So it's not multiply before divide, right? It's whichever one comes first. Is that clear? Same with adding and subtracting. Okay? Oh, I don't want to use this one. Okay, so let's look through this first problem. Do we have parentheses?
Yeah.
Can we solve inside the parentheses?
Yeah.
What is 5 minus 8?
Negative 3.
Negative 3. What do the parentheses mean?
Multiple.
Right. What is 3 minus 9?
Negative 6.
Negative 6. Okay, so what's our answer? What's 6 times 3? You guys got calculators on your desks?
18.
Yes, what type of 18?
Negative.
Positive.
Positive.
Yes, why is it positive?
Because two negatives make a positive.
That's right, that's correct. Okay, any questions on that one? Remember, you solve inside the parentheses first before you can do the operation. Why don't you have your notes out? Why aren't you writing this down? We're getting ready for a test. And I even asked you if you had it. Okay, this one's kind of a little tougher, right? The very first thing we want to do in this problem is we want to substitute, okay? That's what this colon means. Lindsay? This colon means that x equals 1. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to rewrite the problem, okay? So 12 plus, put it in your brackets, 25 minus 1 bracket equals, okay? All I did was put the 1 in there, right? I just replaced the k with 1. Now, when it comes to parentheses, it's inner to outer. Right, Jose?
Yeah.
So we're going to solve inside here first. Lindsay, what's 5 minus 1? Okay, so this is parentheses, and then 20, right? And then a bracket. Yes, that was a horrible bracket. Sorry about that.
It's 80
Yes, 80. So all this becomes 80, right?
plus 12.
Right? 12 plus, but what happens here?
You multiply it because it's in the bracket, right? Or, oh no, shit.
No, shoot.
Shoot.
Okay, good, good. Well, after we multiply here, this is still in a bracket, right? Okay, so this is positive, so this means multiplication. Okay? So when we go to rewrite this, this is positive, negative, or excuse me, positive, positive, and makes it positive, right? So its last operation is 20. There's nothing to multiply the 80 by because we have a plus in front of here, so we're going to add these together. What's the answer?
92.
Good, 92. Okay, let's go through this one slow first. When it comes to PEMDAS, okay, for us to actually do the operation, if there's a variable in there, it's telling us what the variable is, we have to plug it in. We have to substitute it in, okay? So that's why we took the k and we put the 1, okay? Then from there, we got to do inside the parentheses, 5 minus 1, which is 4, okay? It's still parentheses, so it's multiply here. So 4 times 20 is 80. This bracket's still here because we haven't done anything with it, but this is plus, nothing to multiply here, so it just becomes 80. 12 plus 80 equals 92. Okay? Any questions on that one? Okay, Jose, you should have the handout and you should be writing this stuff out. You're really not. Okay, let's go to the next one. How do we start with this problem? Yeah, we want, well, no, because there's nothing to do here. By the way, this is a decimal. This is 4.5. Minus the square root of 2, then in parentheses 4.5. Okay? A square root is kind of like a parentheses. Okay? So we're going to solve inside of here first. So take your calculator, 4.5 multiplied by 2. Tell me the answer. Bradley, write this down. 9?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the square root of 9? Remember that key on your calculator?
3.
3.
Very good. Okay, so it gets rid of this, right? But remember, this is negative on the outside, right? So this becomes 4.5 minus 3. Let's go through this slow. We got to solve inside here before we can figure out the square root, right? So 4.5 times 2, 9. Square root of 9 is 3. Gets rid of this. There's still a minus here, so it becomes minus 3. Now we're going to subtract these. So my answer is 1.5, correct? Okay, any questions on this one? We good? Okay. Isn't this one pretty much like this one?
Yeah.
Just no variables, right? Okay, what do we have to do first on this problem? Remember?
Right.
Parentheses. But guess what? We have an exponent inside here. So for us to solve what's in the parentheses, we have to do the exponent first. So what's 2 to the power of 2? Okay, so let's rewrite this problem. We're just going to bring everything down and replace the 4. Okay? Now we can do the inner parentheses. We can add, right? What's 4 plus 3? Lindsay, we want to make sure that we leave this in the parentheses, right? So then this becomes a bracket, and we just bring it down the rest of the problem. Okay, that's a negative on the outside, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this negative is going to turn this 7 to a negative, okay? So basically, we can just get rid of the parentheses. So 5 minus 7, inside brackets, plus 16. Okay, what's 5 minus 7?
-2.
Very good, -2. -2, we still have the brackets. But this is a plus by a minus, right? So this becomes 16 minus 2, which is what?
14.
Yep, that's it. Okay, we seen the steps now? Always get rid of the exponents first, okay, especially if you're having to solve inside the parentheses. Do your inner parentheses first, then your outer parentheses, and then when everything's all said and done, once you have the operations, multiply, divide, add, subtract, go left to right. Okay, remember we talked about this one yesterday. I think this is, whose moment is this to shine? I don't know. What does this mean right here? These long little lines.
Absolute.
That's absolutely correct. So we're going to solve inside these. It's like parentheses. 4 minus 10, which is what?
-6.
-6. But what happens here in absolute power?
Turn into a positive.
Very good. Never comes out negative, right? It has to be positive. So we're going to get rid of these parentheses, and we're going to have 6. Then we're going to bring down the rest of the problem. Made that problem kind of easy, right? Anytime it's negative, comes out as positive, okay? You cannot have a negative come out of absolute power, okay? What's 24 divided by 6? Jose, your time to shine. 24 divided by 6?
4.
Are we done? Say yes.
Yeah.
Okay, isn't this one the same thing that we just covered up here? So we got to solve this first, right? What's 12 divided by 3? Jose, your time to shine again.
Plus 12 divided by 3.
Yes.
4.
Okay, and what's the square root of 4?
2.
Does everyone know how to do square root on your calculators?
2.
Who has the Casio? Anyone have the Casio? Bradley has Casio?
That's it right here.
Yeah, so the Casio, you have to hit the shift key, and then the square root's at the top, okay? That's the only one that's different. The other one has all square root keys. If it makes it easier, switch the calculator out, so you don't have to do that, okay? All right, so we took care of this. Square root of 4 is what?
2.
So what's our answer here? What's 44 divided by 2? What type of 22? Good. Okay, any questions? Pretty straightforward, right? All the stuff we've been practicing. So I want you to write this all out, and I want you to do me a favor. Now, flip over your sheet. How many questions are on there? A decent amount, right? But nothing crazy. How fast did we just do 6 problems?
Like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was pretty short, right? That is your practice for the test, okay? You want these steps written out on that one sheet. I don't want you to turn it in today, I want you to turn it in tomorrow, okay? I want you to do that sheet, solve those problems. By the way, there are several problems that are on that sheet that are on the test, okay?
Yeah.
Are you guys good?
Yeah.
Is there any one of those that you want to do? How about we pick, let's pick 3 out of there and let's do them together, okay?
Yeah.
Tell me, pick the problem and tell me. Let me grab,
24.
which one?
24, 25, 26.
Oh, Which one do we want to do?
2 years old.
You really want to do 26?
39.
You're 41.
41?
I have the hardest one.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna write the problem. This one's 41. Would you want to write this down?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Because we're doing it together, right? Okay, what's the very first thing I need to do here? Loving the hair.
Parentheses.
Well, do I want to substitute first? Yep, I want to substitute. So 7, we're going to put -1 in parentheses because we're substituting in, okay? Now, we're still going to have parentheses here. 3 plus 2, -1. Let's go through this slope. That one's actually going to be a bracket. Brackets go outside if you have the parentheses on interior. You have inner parentheses. So this x, because it's a negative, we're putting inside parentheses. But we would have been putting in parentheses if it was positive anyway, because it was a constant next to a variable. It's multiplication. We bring down the 3, we bring down the 2. The -1 goes in for x. Any questions on how we substitute that in? We just replace the x with -1, right? Okay, let's solve it. How do we need to start this? Tell me which ones. Inside the brackets? Sure, we want to take care of this one first, right? Okay, so we're going to leave this in brackets. We're going to be 3. Oh, that plus is going to get rid of, right? Because it's positive 2 times -1, -2. In the brackets, that doesn't look like a -2. And let's go ahead and take care of this one too. This is 7, -1, -7, right? So we multiplied here, we multiplied here. Now we need to solve inside here, right? So what does this become right here?
1.
Okay, good. We're still going to have our brackets because we still have multiplication, -7. So my answer is what? -7. How about one more? None of them are really, yeah. Remember, allow decimal, when it comes to decimals, don't overthink them. Let the calculator do the work.
What about 44?
Okay, absolute power, right? That's pretty much like this one that we did here. The only thing that's different here, you're going to have -6. That's going to be 3 plus -6, -3, and then 2 on the top. And then it's improper. Well, let's do that one together because it's going to be improper. I like that one actually. Let's do, can I erase this?
Yeah.
Remember, I'm going to ask you that PEMDAS question. What's most important about that question?
That's right.
Very good. With what 2 things? Lindsay, your time to shine.
What?
What 2 things go left to right?
What gives me the addition?
Good. Okay, we want to solve inside this absolute power first, right? 44. Thank you, Lindsay. Okay, what is 8 minus, I almost said the answer. What is 8 minus 10? -2. It's absolute power, right? So what does that become? 3 plus 2? Right? And then 2, we're not doing anything with 2, we don't need to do anything with 2, right? Then we're going to solve. 3 plus 2 is 5 over 2. Are we done with this problem?
No.
What's wrong with that problem?
That's the y, right?
Very good. What and why?
Because
What do we call this thing?
the improper, I don't know.
Yeah, you got it. Improper, because the numerator is larger. So we ask ourselves, how many times does 2 go into 5? Yep, 2 times 2 is 4. Then we take that 4,
2.5 to 2.5.
or 2.5. Make sure you put it in a fraction. Okay? Okay, I think you guys are ready. I think you're ready. So if you have this done coming tomorrow, you get your notes done, you guys are ready for the test. I can tell you, half these problems, these exact problems, are on the test. Okay? So you doing this is to your benefit. Okay? What are the 2 lectures you can watch if you're not sure about this? What's the section called? What are we working on?
Right. Oh, okay. Algebra 1.
Keep going, keep going.
What?
What are we working on today? What are we working on today?
1.6.
Thank you. Order of operations. Okay? Watch the original video and you can watch this one. But honestly, if you do this and you know how to do this, you're ready to go. Jose, write this stuff out. Make miracles happen. Get this written out first.